Hello. Hello. Can you see me? I am green, all green today, but not with envy. Of course, you know there is no envy in my bloodstream. You're welcome to the fresh episode of the Oma Living Show. And my name is MARILYN Oma Anona. Today on the show, I'll be talking parenting and the role of parenting to nation building. You see, most people think they can just wake up and I'm mature. I'm 25. I should get married. I should start having kids. Oh, I'm 30. I should get married. I should start having kids. I'm getting old. Oh, yes, I've saved up money. I've saved up money and I should have a wife. I should start having kids. But is that all? When you think you're ready to get married and start having kids, is it just because you're biologically mature? Is it just because you've saved up some millions or some thousands of naira in your account? There is more to parenting than just biological readiness and financial readiness. This is what I'll be talking to you today about on the show. This is what I'll be talking about today on the show. Where should I start from again? Okay, picking up. This is what I'll be talking about today on the show. And I have a special guest with me. Her name is VIVIAN OKOYE. She's a parenting coach and she's doing quite a lot about parenting. I'll be with you right after the break. So, welcome back. On this episode, we are talking about something that is very, very important, but most people do not seem to know. Everyone is blaming the environment, the society, the government, the teachers, but nobody's talking about parenting. Hang on. Well, I told you a bit of it before I talked about this delectable, beautiful Oyibo Pepe that I'm having on the show today. She's a parenting coach. Yes, you heard me. Parents don't seem to know that they need training as well.
Yeah.
Just because you are biologically mature, because you're getting old, because you can reproduce, because you have a social circle, doesn't qualify you to be a parent. And that is why I have Mrs. VIVIAN OKOYE on the show today. Mrs. VIVIAN, nice to have you on the show. Your palms are so soft.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
so she's a parenting coach.
Yeah.
I've tried to, say one or two things about you, but please can you do the audience, the viewers, the honor of, getting to know you. Who is VIVIAN OKOYE?
Thank you, Oma. Thank you for having me. My name is VIVIAN OKOYE, and I'm a parenting coach. I'm the founder of VIVIAN OKOYE Parenting Academy, an academy that is focused on helping parents to increase their consciousness and awareness towards their role and responsibilities in raising their children and the role it has to play in our society at large. I'm also the convener of an annual event, the Parent Summit Africa, which is a platform where we come and have conversations around parenting without the fear of judgment, because we live in a society
that is
where
very judgmental.
Yeah, very judgmental, where shaming is a culture. So people have real struggles about parenting, but nobody wants to be, in quotes, a bad parent. Do you get? So that's why we created the platform, so parents can come and have conversations, learn, and know what we can do, our role as parents in nation building.
Okay, so it's as though I talked to you before, but you can bear me witness. I never talked to you about what your enterprise is about, but you can see the topic is parenting and its role in nation building. So what is a direct role of parenting in nation building?
Okay, like if you look at it, the smallest unit of the society is the family. And a lot of people blame a lot of things for the problems we have in the society, but I think generally speaking, our major problem is a mindset issue.
Okay.
Like our major problem is not the society, is not the government, is not anything. It's just a mindset issue. We have a lot of people who have weird and mindsets that not lead to growth, right? So we feel that, we believe and understand that if you want to change the society, you can start from the smallest unit,
which is the family.
And who are the governors of the family? They are the parents. So if you're able to get the parents on the right track, the parents to put the children on the right track. And if everybody does their job, then you're sending people in the society who are also on the right track. So inadvertently, you're building a society that is on the right track. So
Okay, so she's making points, she's making serious points, and she's making my job easier. But I have a second question. We live in a society that is all about more of tradition. It feels like you just go to school, get, once you're 18, people start to look at you like some flower that is blossoming and blooming. When you watch Nollywood, you get to hear things like, I saw a ripe udala in your compound and I'm just coming to pluck it. So it's likened like that. And most of the time when you talk to people, our parents, people generally, even the elderlies, they refer to maturity as that phase where you have biologically grown. But I am not directly a parenting coach, but I do a lot of human capacity, human resource, and all of that stuff, and it comes naturally to me. So I often write on my social media platforms that growth is not just all about biology. I mean, one can be biologically mature, socially mature, mentally mature, emotionally, but you're not still ready for some certain things. I use myself as an example. I'm from a family of 7. I'm the first. I was so tied to my dad, and it affected certain areas of my life. I started dating late. I'm a late bloomer, all right? And as such, I wasn't emotionally mature on time. But mentally, at 18, I was more mentally sharp than people that were in their 30s. But emotionally, at 28, I was behaving like an 18-year-old. That's me being very sincere to myself because I am self-aware. But most people do not know this. So what you have to tell people as a parenting coach now, this is your specialty. As regards being prepared for parenting, it goes beyond financial preparedness and all that. What do you have to tell them?
That's one of the things we try to promote. Like we promote wholesome maturity before you go into parenting, because a lot of us, if we want to be honest to ourselves, are carrying baggages. Baggages from conditioning, societal conditioning, baggages from ills, from our own childhood experiences, and we need to heal. We need to understand that you are going to be in charge of
taking care of
shaping someone's life. And you cannot carry all those baggages because it reflects. It reflects in your actions, it reflects in your reactions. So what we try to promote is complete healing and dealing with all these baggages
before moving on to that phase of parenting.
Before moving on. People just think it's about being financially capable. It goes beyond that. It has a lot to do with your emotional capacity. Like when I tell people that, okay, I'm fine with just 2 kids, they're like, why not? I say because I'm self-aware. I know what my emotional capacity is, right?
This is really getting me because self-awareness is a thing also, but we'll get back to it.
Yeah, you have to know what you can handle. You have to know
your strength, your weaknesses.
Your strengths before you can. You don't just bring children into the world and just leave them there.
Child training children, because most parents are children.
Yes. You have to completely heal and understand that you have to take care of every aspect of your life and be sure that you're a wholesome being before you can,
so that you can transfer the right things to these people. Okay, because children are at our mercy, whether we admit it or not. And we are not goats, we are not the lower animals. We are called higher animals for a reason. So it means we have to consciously transfer traits to mold these young people that God has given to us. Okay, now I'll take you back to another thing, self-awareness. A lot of people are not self-aware. During the course of running your enterprise, what have you been able to do as regards that? Because the wholesomeness of an individual, the preparedness, emotional states, mental states, everything has to do with self-awareness. Because self-awareness has to do with your values, your purpose, and all that. If you're not self-aware, it means you don't know your values. What have you been able to do as regards that?
Okay, we have a signature program which we call Creating a Parenting Plan.
Okay.
And what it does is we dive deep into beliefs.
Okay.
And childhood experiences. So what we do with that is that we excavate all the emotions that are underlying.
Dig it up.
Yes. And when you work with parents, you realize that they don't even know why they behave in certain ways. And most of those things are tied to a lot of childhood experiences that have not been dealt with, right? And this now goes to form your beliefs and your reactions and your values, right? So what we do is we deal with beliefs and we set the values right. And for the few parents that have undergone, we have
some training with you,
that have
rehabilitation, and
yes,
all that.
it has been a journey of transformation, and we see them really transform
This
and
is really
better
amazing.
balance. Yeah. So it the journey of self awareness, like you said, is a thing, but many people do not know.
Because I'm a coach, a counselor, I deal with this on daily basis, and it makes me scared.
Yeah, before you can actually help somebody achieve anything, the person has to be self-aware. And the way you do one thing is the way you do everything.
They're all linked,
Yeah,
but people do not know.
Yes, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. Even most times when we set these values right, it helps these people beyond just parenting, even their personal life, their business, right?
Everything is interwoven.
So self-awareness is really key.
So your enterprise is doing a lot to see that many adults, because adults become parents.
Yes.
And whether it doesn't have to be, with the society we live in, I believe in an organized system, a family system that marriage brings. You understand? But you can't, you see the baby mama thing, and you can't stop that. I'm just trying to say that even if you're married or not, you should all
a parent is a parent.
Sadly.
A parent is a parent.
Okay.
Even if you're not biologically the biologic parent, you're a caregiver. We work with caregivers and teachers too.
You're even an employer.
Yeah.
You're a teacher. You're a parent of some sort. So I'm going to take you back to the next question. You said you have an annual event that comes up every year. What time of the year, and what does this stand towards the aim?
Okay. The Parent Summit is an annual event. We made it an Oktoberfest event. Oktoberfest is Independence Day in Nigeria, so we look at it like a rebirth. So, and it's focused on nation building.
I hope you invite me to speak. Has no one told you that I'm the best when it comes to issues like this?
Of course, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
So it's focused on nation building. The vision is to change the narratives of the African child and Africa as a whole through parenting education. So that's what the
event is about, and it's done once every year on the 1st of October.
We hope to do it more often because the demand is quite high. But for now it's annual.
Okay, so you as a person, what is your goal out of life?
Well, someone asked me what my drive is, and I said I'm driven by love.
So that's to say that love is your core value.
Yeah, I'm driven by love, purpose, and fear. Fear, in quotes. Love for my nation and humanity. Purpose, because I believe that I'm sent here to be a solution to problems.
And fear.
Because
you don't want to live here without achieving any of them.
Yes, and I'm so scared of what will become of the next generation if I don't do anything.
Oh my God, this is so selfless. It was nice having you on the show again. I hope to have you next time because we have a lot to talk about as regards parenting. Until I'll be right back. This episode is just something I didn't want it to end actually, because we've been talking a lot about entrepreneurship, and today I decided to address a great and important issue: parenting. The society is messed up and everyone is blaming the government, blaming everyone except parents. It's time we start to look inwards. I'm sure you learned one thing or two from this episode. I'll bring Mrs. Vivian again, and because we have a lot to talk about as regards parenting. So this is for youths like me. This is for singles like me. Don't just wake up and decide to get married and start having kids. Before you do that, ask yourself, am I ready? Do I want to bring up someone like me? Because we give what we have. You can't give what you do not have. So am I ready to have another person like Oma? Because the child or the girl I'll bring up today is going to be almost like me. We pass on traits: bitterness, sweetness, generosity, happiness, great values. What values do you live for as a person? Are these values the values you want to pass on to your kids? Are you ready? It's not all about finance. It's not all about biology. I hear people say things like, I'm not getting any younger. Menopause will soon reach. My younger ones are all married and with kids. Those should not be the reasons why you think you are ready to get married and to start having kids. And there is one point I want to make again. People think that you only become a parent when you have popped out a child, from that place. But no, we are all parents, directly or indirectly. The minute someone is entrusted into your care, be you an employer, be you a pastor in the church, a teacher in the schools, you are a parent, like it or leave it. So every one of us should make an effort to become self-aware, get ready, holistic development before we start to think of breeding and bringing forth children. My name is MARILYN Oma Anona. Until I see you next week, stay inspired.